Thank you very much indeed, Cynthia Nyamai. That's right. We are in the beautiful and scenic county of West Pokot. I'm talking about almost 470 kilometers north of Nairobi. We were here last month where President William Ruto was launching the Semtex Sebit cement at a place called Ortum, another beautiful place. And here we are now at Wei Wei Irrigation Scheme. This is a project owned by the Kerio Valley Development Authority, an authority that is now celebrating its 43rd anniversary. It has been involved in a number of socio-economic projects that are aimed at lifting the livelihood of people in 6 counties. What are these counties? The managing director, this is Simon Aporos, is joining us here tonight. He is going to take us through the work of Kerio Valley Development Authority in the past, the present, and of course in the future. And something else, he will also be taking us to school just to remind us the grafting process. Yeah, I'll be taking you back to your science classroom. And as you can see, I have 3 types of mango seedlings, and they all look different. And it is true, they're different. Simon Apollos, thank you very much indeed for finding time to be with us here under this, what type of tree is this?
I may not know the name.
But all we know
okay. It's a beautiful tree.
Please take us through what KVDA has managed to achieve in the last 43 years of the institution.
Thank you, Brian, for having me. My name is Simon Aporos, the Managing Director of Kerio Valley Development Authority, and I'm excited to be here. Just an overview of KVDA as an institution. It was established in 1979, as you rightly put it. And we are in 4 focal areas. 1, food security, and that's where we are today at Wei Wei Irrigation Scheme. We are in water supply, water security, environmental conservation, and value addition. Those are the main core components that KVDA is doing in this particular space, improving the lives of people in this region.
Yesterday we visited one of your food security projects. This is Napu irrigation scheme. Today we are at a fruit seedling center. Tell us more about Wei Wei irrigation scheme, when it was started, the intentions of setting up this project, and whether you have managed to achieve the original intentions of Wei Wei.
Thank you, O'Brien. KVDA in food security space, we have about 5 irrigation schemes that we are currently implementing. One from the lowest is Kamsuet in Marakwet West. We have Aror, Chepkum, Wei Wei, and Napo, which you visited yesterday. And specifically, this is a life transforming programs because this is a pastoral area, and most of the time it is affected by severe drought. But establishment of these specific irrigation schemes has made this region a food basket, or rather a bread basket in this particular region. And to speak specifically of Wei Wei, it is about 1,200 acres of land. And this particular region, again to say, it is endowed with the major rivers. Just to begin, we have the Takwel, we have Murunyi, we have Wei Wei, which is about 500 meters from here. We have Lomut, and then Emboput, Aror, and River Kimbori. So they are big rivers, this particular region. And we have a potential of about 5 million hectares that are available for irrigation in this particular region. 5 million hectares that are available for irrigation in this particular region. And to focus...
And how much of that is under irrigation now?
Now we have about 2,000 hectares. If I put 2,000 hectares, if I put all the irrigation together, but this one specifically is 1,200, and it's supporting 600 families in this particular region. And I'm telling you, it's amazing in terms of the economical transformation that is brought in this particular region. It's about food security, it's about livelihood, it's about employment, it's about nutrition in this particular region. And last financial year alone, this particular scheme was able to get about 80 million. Farmers were able to get about 80 million of Kenya shillings going to the pockets of farmers. So it's a multiplier effect. And as I said earlier, it's a food basket, a bread basket for this particular region. You mentioned Kacheliba, Kapenguria, all the way to Lodwa. They rely on this particular scheme for their supplies of fresh vegetables and mainly the maize seed that goes to Kenya Seed. We are also among the largest suppliers of certified seed to Kenya Seed.
To Kenya Seeds.
Yes.
You've talked about 5 million hectares.
Yes, hectares.
Of land that the rivers around here
Yes.
are capable of supporting.
Indeed.
And out of these, we have only managed to put about 2,000 acres.
Yes.
And this is largely has been done by KVD.
Right.
You have the county government and you have other institutions. Are there collaborative efforts to ensure that more space is put under irrigation in this county?
One, I can mention that National Irrigation Authority has a number of small irrigation schemes. They are supporting smallholder farmers. And now we have about 1,000 hectares that we want to put under edible oils. You know that that's a big problem, and Kenya is a net importer of seeds, specifically for oil. And we want to put 1,000 hectares. So indeed, there's collaboration between different arms of government, AFA, National Irrigation, and others, just to ensure that we put as many land as possible, hectares as possible, under food production. And I can tell you, the Kerio Valley alone is able to feed this country because on its own, is able to feed this country. Because one, we have a great climatical condition in terms of very good weather and a supply of water throughout the year from the 6 major rivers in this particular emanating from Charangani ecosystem. Yeah.
And I like the fact that you're saying, and I went there during the day, and I saw the beautiful Wei Wei River surrounded by the sprawling hills in this place. The question is this: why is West Pokot County one of the poorest regions in Kenya, despite all this immense natural wealth lying in this county?
I totally believe that one, it may not be the poorest because it's among. I know that specifically the upper part, the high ecological zone, that is Kapenguria, Pokot South, they are well endowed. That's where Charangani is, and bordering Trans Nzoia. There are very good crops around here. But the places that are affected mostly it is Mosol. This probably now bordering Mosol, Sigor constituency, and Kacheliba. Where we are. Those are the most dry areas. And the two irrigation scheme. We also have an irrigation scheme in Lomut. Lomut is about 30 kilometers from here, which we are also putting an additional 250 hectares under food production. So I think with the exploration of the use of these major rivers for irrigation purposes, the use of food insecurity and poverty will be, I think, of the past in this region. I can tell you that for a fact.
Tell me this, I mean, as KVDA, you've managed to put about 2,000 acres under irrigation in West Pokot County. Can you do more?
Indeed, with the adequate resources, and I already mentioned that in the coming financial year, we have one in Samburu, in an area called Tum. We want to support.
No, I'm talking about, here in West Pokot.
Yes, in West Pokot, we still have, I spoke about the 1,000 hectares and edible oil specifically for production of edible seeds in this particular region, and the expansion of Lomut by an additional 300 hectares. That's something that the government, His Excellency Ruto, has already provided resources that we are able to expand those specific irrigation schemes. And I can tell you that even the phase 3 of this particular Wei Wei is almost 70%. And farmers has already moved in, but we are yet fully to operationalize. When we fully operationalize, then you will be able to increase the tonnage of the cereals by an additional 1.5 million tons. Yes.
Apart from mangoes, what else can be produced out of this county?
We have a lot of citrus fruits does very well, and I said earlier, yes, it's oranges and lemon, and we are propagating the same in these particular nurseries. One, it's also very important to mention that KVDA is one of the largest producers, if not the leading producer of fruit seedlings. Why? We are focusing on agroforestry in this particular part of the country because it has very good water, and at the same time, the climatical condition is very, very suitable for the sweetest of the mangoes and the sweetest of the citrus that can be found. And watermelon at the same time.
And even pawpaws.
Pawpaws does very well within the Kerio Valley. Very well, very well, very well.
Also tell me about dragon fruits. Can they do better here?
We have not tried dragon fruit. That's an area that we require to venture. What I need to mention is that we are collaborating with the county's KVDA to propagate 1 million coffee seedlings, because the larger part of Kerio Valley, we know the valley where probably is hot with a lot of water, but there are also some parts of Kerio Valley that is highlands. And we are thinking of the larger part of Cherangani up to Ravine is suitable for coffee. So we are collaborating with the counties in those particular areas so that we also produce coffee seedlings, which is a challenge in terms of trade, so that it's able to do one, conservation efforts, income, and at the same time, we use it now as a source of conservation, plan for conservation.
Naporos, I know you tell me about resources here, but candidly speaking, I want to hear from you. What kind of resources do you need to put 10,000 acres of land under irrigation here in West Pokot County?
We require probably in excess of 1.5 billion. 1.5 billion. And I can tell you the government also has a plan under the lower Takwel irrigation scheme, which I believe that we'll be able to visit tomorrow and see that particular expansive area. We have about 10,000 hectares that's available for irrigation. And that's something that we are discussing with the presidency on how we can undertake through PPP, because that's an expensive affair in terms of putting such a land. But it's doable, and it will be able to cure all our food needs within the larger ASALs counties, the 23 ASAL counties.
So you need about 1.5 billion.
1.5 billion.
We'll be able to springboard you to another level.
Yes, to another level.
You're also working with farmers.
Indeed.
How are you doing this?
We have registered a number of cooperatives all the way within the valley. Where we have irrigation schemes, we have a number of cooperative schemes. Where we have the factories, because we have not mentioned about the factories for production of different products, we have cooperatives that supply to those factories. So specifically, we have the stakeholders, now the smallholder farmers, which is households, each one owning a module of 2 acres per family, and they register into a cooperative. Now from those cooperatives, they are able to organize themselves, and I think this is among the most organized cooperatives in this country. They are found in this particular region in the country.
Let's now come to the classroom. I want you to take us through the different meanings of these 3 mango seedlings. Let's start with this. Let's call it
rootstock.
Seedling A.
Yeah, that is rootstock.
This one here.
Yes, the seed is obtained from a tree. You have eaten a mango and disposed it. We collect, and we pay the farmers to collect for us. It's about 3 shillings. One is about 3 shillings, just a normal seed. Then it goes through a process, then planted. Then now from the rootstock, we have a seed now that is grafted. Now, grafting now, there are different kind of grafting that goes, and now this is the final product that goes to the shamba or to the place at the orchard. And I can tell you is that this one specifically, they mature early and they're high quality. The grafted one is able to take 3.5 years to 4 years. Then you have ready mangoes for sale.
Do they taste different?
They're different. That the taste. Apple mango is among the best, and is preferred. The grafted one. The grafted one. Of course, you may realize that for factory, probably you visit our factories, you find that the preference is the indigenous one. The indigenous one, in terms of juices, they're the best.
Very good.
Yeah.
We could go on and on and on, but unfortunately on TV, time has never been enough.
Thank you.
But I'm sure we have said enough.
It is.
Samina Poros, thank you very much indeed for finding time to be with us here in Wei Wei at this time of the night.
Pleasure is ours, Brian, and we can't wait for you to be back and to see what farmers, a transformational program that government is doing in this part of the country.
I can
And
tell
the
you
pleasure
this
is
for
ours.
free.
Thank you.
We'll keep on coming back.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I mean, we've been talking to Samina Poros. He's the managing director of Kerio Valley Development Authority, trying to explain to us what KVDA is doing to uplift the socio-economic environment of the 6 counties where they operate. And remember, it also has a bigger mandate. It is part of government effort or vehicle that is going to be used to help in the planting of 15 billion trees. We are in Sigoro constituency. This is in West Pokot County, and we are at Wei Wei Irrigation Scheme. O'Brien Kimani is my name. We are camping here in the county of West Pokot. We'll be giving you more information about this place so that you get to know it better. But for now, we're taking you back to Broadcasting House for the continuation of the 9 p.m. bulletin. Back to you, Cindy and Nyamai.
Thank you, O'Brien. He's just taken us even through some of the opportunities in West Pokot. Now, Kenyans should purchase pharmaceutical products from accredited retail outlet, as common drugs are among the most counterfeited goods. The